Hello, this is Evan here. Donald Trump was interviewed for the Politico conversation show by Dasher Burns, the grade heard round the world, over which many were laughing at Trump, as we will look at later, is that Donald Trump was asked to grade the economy right now, and Trump says the economy right now is an A+++. Take a listen. Dasher Burns. Pretty good. But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give. Donald Trump, a plus, A plus A plus plus, well, plus plus. You've got people hungry, people skipping meals, people having to choose between medications and food and paying their daily expenses. Not problems created by Trump, but problems Trump said he would solve, which have gotten worse under Donald Trump. And A plus 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 sounds to me like there's some serious grade inflation going on there. Trump apparently unable to get out of a talking point coma that includes all of the greatest hits, including the election was rigged. Donald Trump, soon we're going to get the evidence. He's talking about 2020. It was rigged any day now. The evidence is going to come out. I think think of it. If our election wasn't rigged, it was a rigged election. Now, everyone knows it. It's going to come out over the next couple of months too. Loud and clear because we have all the information there, right? But we've had it for years, just haven't brought it out. The rigged election and Ukraine. This rhetoric remains a cornerstone of his campaign, continually undermining faith in democratic institutions despite courts and election officials repeatedly confirming the 2020 results. It feeds into the broader, dangerous narrative of distrust that has polarized the nation. Donald Trump, if the election wasn't rigged and stolen, you wouldn't even be talking about Ukraine right now, right? If Trump, the rightful winner in 2020, had ascended to the throne, been sworn in as the democratically elected president of the United States, Putin never would have attacked Ukraine, which, by the way, isn't the flex Trump thinks it is, because Putin may have had other ways of achieving his strategic goals if Trump were president, given how easily manipulatable Trump is. So, not exactly the big hammer drop that Trump believes that to be. Inflation, costs, and the working class Trump completely out of touch with prices, just as out of touch as he was at the Pennsylvania rally last night. Trump says, it's all down, everything's great, I dare you to count the lies. In this clip, here's what she said about the economy. Dasher Burns, she said, quote, groceries, utility, insurance, and the basic cost of running small business keep rising faster than wages. She also says that not enough is being done, Mr. President. This is one of your supporters. Donald Trump, okay, good. And I love her because you said I got an A+ on everything. I guess I don't, but she's still worried about. But what you have to understand, the word affordability. I inherited a mess. I inherited a total mess. Remember that inflation is no higher or lower than it was when Trump came into office, Donald Trump. Prices were at an all-time high when I came in, and they're even higher now because inflation remains positive. Prices are coming down substantially. Prices have not come down. They continue to go up by 2.5% to 3% a year. Donald Trump, look at energy. You and I discussed before the interview, energy, electricity prices are up 10%. Energy has come down incredibly. When energy comes down, everything, because it's so much bigger than any other subject, but energy has come down incredibly. Prices are all coming down. It's been 10 months. It's amazing what we've done. If you think at gasoline, a gallon, they had it at $4.50, almost $5. You go to some of the states, you had it at $6. We hit 3 states 2 days ago. $1.99 a gas was about $3.05 a gallon when Trump came into office, and gas remains about $3.05 a gallon. He just lies. It's actually hard to keep track of all the lies. The current political situation sees a volatile, multipolar world. The war in Ukraine is grinding on. The conflict in the Middle East has escalated dramatically, and tensions with China over Taiwan continue to be a primary global flashpoint. Trump's approach, focused on transactional relationships and America-first isolationism, often ignores the complexity of these interconnected crises. Trump shifting to foreign policy, referring to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as P.T. Barnum, Donald Trump. P.T. Barnum, some real projection here, given all of the crap and tchotchkes that Donald Trump has marketed and shilled over the years. He's a great salesman. I call him P.T. Barnum. You know who P.T. Barnum was, right? Dasher Burns. I do. Donald Trump, one of the greatest on earth. He could sell any product at any time. That was his expression. I can sell any product at any time. It was true. He said, doesn't matter whether it works or not. But he's P.T. Barnum. You know, he got crooked Joe Biden to give him $350 billion. And look what he got. G got him about 25% of his country is missing. Trump doesn't seem to even know what he is talking about, but he's trying. He's definitely trying. Not exactly the picture of empathy and understanding. When Dasher Burns points out, people are already looking at their budgets for next year as they try to get holiday gifts, and Trump just kind of writes off the entire thing and goes, oh, don't be so dramatic, don't be so dramatic. Imagine if you are someone struggling to get even a couple of gifts, and this is what you hear Donald Trump say. Donald Trump, people are buying their holiday presents. They're planning. Look, don't be dramatic. No, don't become for next year president. I know. And what I want to do is help them. So will the prices go up? I'm giving them money. I want to give the money to the people to buy their own healthcare. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. The Democrats don't want to do that. They want the insurance companies to continue to make a fortune. The Democrats are owned by the insurance companies. They want the insurance companies to get this trillions of dollars. We spent trillions of dollars, goes to the insurance companies. I want that money to go to the people and let the people. It is so evident from how Donald Trump is talking that he has no idea what the average person is dealing with when he is told people are struggling to buy gifts, and this is what's going on. He goes, well, I want to give them the money so they can go and negotiate with the insurance company. What sort of market power and negotiating power would an individual with their premium money have to negotiate with a health insurance company? It is just a nonsense statement. And if there is a story about the last 24 hours of Trump, he seems to have not only no empathy for what people are going through, he seems completely unable, I guess, because of how he was brought up with a silver spoon in his mouth. Rich guy from Queens and Manhattan, to even understand what it means to have a couple $100 be the difference between I've got to borrow this month or I can make it to my next paycheck. Trump asked about pardoning the former president of Honduras, and he pulls the I don't even really know anything about it card. Dasher Burns, you pardoned former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez and let him out of prison, even though he was convicted in a massive international drug trafficking scheme. How is that zero tolerance on drug trafficking? Donald Trump, well, I don't know him, and I know very little about him other than people said it was like a Obama-Biden type setup where he was set up. He was the president of the country. The country deals in drugs like probably you could say that about every country. And because he was the president, they gave him like 45 years in prison. And there are many people fighting for Honduras, very good people that I know, and they think he was treated horribly. And they asked me to do it. And I said, I'll do it. Do you think I don't really know anything about it? But I did decide to pardon him because people told me that he was being treated very, very unfairly. This casual approach to pardoning a convicted foreign leader based on little personal knowledge and the subjective pleas of very good people sends a worrying signal about the role of influence and personal favor in a potential future administration's justice system. It's a stark contrast to the tough-on-crime rhetoric used domestically funny and tragic moment to wrap this up. Trump asked about Donald Trump Jr.'s claim that Trump is ready to walk away from Ukraine. Trump's answer is actually really funny. Dasher Burns, on Sunday, your son, Donald Trump Jr., responded to a reporter's question about whether you will, quote, walk away from Ukraine. And your son said, I think he may. Is that correct? Donald Trump, no, it's not correct, but it's not exactly wrong. We have to, I love that. It's not correct, but it is not exactly wrong either. Donald Trump, they have to play ball. If they don't read agreements, potential agreements, you know, it's not easy with Russia because Russia has the upper hand, and they always did. They're much bigger. Bottom line, Trump is indeed getting ready to walk away. Unless Ukraine does exactly what he wants them to do and accepts a terrible deal for them, this stance signals a potentially massive shift in US foreign policy, one that could empower Russia and undermine NATO solidarity at a critical moment in Europe. What an interview. Pretty nice job there by Dasha Burns with the approach of giving Trump the rope and letting him hang himself with it.